Even though there were multiple good reports coming out of China with a lot of things, it was still kind of an kind of day on the market for the things in China, like all the EVs. Really the only one that I saw going up today was XPEV, and that's just because they announced the official IPO day for their Hong Kong listing in July, so look out for that if you guys are invested in XPEV. But hopefully we start to hear a little bit of news about Li Auto and NIO with their potential listing on the Hong Kong market. No official word yet, but when that comes, we will give that to you guys. But in this video, we're going to talk about the fantastic survey that came out with NIO, and we're also going to talk about the chip plant in Japan. We got a little bit of news on that, so stick around for all of that good juicy news. But first, if you guys aren't subbed to the channel, hit that sub button. It's the best way to stay up to date on all things NIO, because we talk about it over here all day, every day. We got at least 2 videos a day for NIO, so hopefully you guys made it in the live stream this morning, because that was a fun time. But expect some more of those in the future. But without further ado, man, let's just hop into it. So NIO was announced today, the most promising brand in China for growth, according to a recent survey that was completed. This survey was done by Brand Growth in China. It says they are the most promising emerging brand for growth in 2021 with an asset value of 114 billion with a B, Bob. Billion. Billion. $114 billion value, which is absolutely freaking ridiculous. And that's only going to go up the more they expand, the more they deliver, and as everything just continues to go in NIO's direction. But the survey, they said the survey examined more than 200 emerging brands that have emerged in the Chinese market over a 10-year period or less, with revenue growth rates well above the industry average. And clearly NIO was the winner chicken dinner here. They said emerging brands represented by NIO, Honor, Li Auto, XPeng, they said they're all growing at exponential rates, like unprecedented. Like these things are growing a lot faster than they should be. They said they have grown tens to even hundreds times faster than industry average. So, I mean, clearly we saw this last year, at the end of last year with NIO and all of these other auto industry, or all these EVs that just freaking $0 to freaking $60 in no time. So
right, XPeng even was they've been doing fantastic as well. They've been killing it over there.
They're doing just as good as NIO right now. They're sitting at about $42. NIO's sitting at about $45. So they're both hand in hand, going head to head right now. So I think that's fantastic news. I think that's one of the best reports coming out of China today, at least for NIO in the aspect. It did not really reflect on the stock today. We'll kind of talk about that. Look, let's just look at it right now. So looking at the stock for the day, we saw that it was down just over 0.75%. It's kind of still hanging around this $45 mark. I did predict 48 by the end of this week, so I am wrong there. I'm not gonna lie, I was wrong. So I'll admit that. There's really no way to predict. It just could be anything that could cause the market to go up and down. But we'll try to break that record starting next week. So I'm kind of hoping that within this next week, as things start to pick up, I'm hoping that we get back up above this $46 mark, because that was really the resistance that we're fighting right now. And we saw it touch it today, but it did not hold. It did not hold for the day. We saw it was, well, I shouldn't say 46. It was really close to 46, 45.94, and then it bounced, sold off, and then we had another run up, and then it just kind of slowly bled out throughout the rest of the day, and then kind of back down to where we're at the $45 mark. So fingers crossed.
I mean, look at the volume. It was just weak sauce on the volume today, which has been a trend for Fridays in general. But 32 million volume is pretty bad. pretty low. Yeah. Normally you want to see us around the 100 million when we really start to see the big swings with NIO. Yeah.
But I'm kind of surprised the RSI has dropped down to about a 50, which means that pullback to me, theoretically speaking, this should be ready for another decent run up. We're back at the 50. If we start approaching the 30, I think that's when we're going to start to push back down towards $40. But hopefully, now that we're about halfway down, people see a nice little pullback. It kind of consolidated towards the end of the day around the $45 mark. So hopefully Monday morning comes around and we see this thing roll right back up towards that $46, $47 mark, and we just go to the moon from there. So hopefully, fingers crossed, things go better from there.
So talking about this Japan chip plant, that back what was it, March, they had the fire. So this is the plant that they produce like 1/3 of the global market of global market share of automotive microchips, which is
a
like
big
I said
deal.
before, one factory supplying 1/3. of the globe's chips. To me, that's insane. That's
Right.
just ridiculous. But so they were restored to 100% capacity yesterday, actually, which is obviously fantastic news. They were at like 80% for I don't know, a month or two. But yeah, so they're back up running at 100% as of yesterday, and they said the shipment levels of the products manufactured in the N3 building is expected to return to pre-fire levels around the third week of July. So production, has ramped up, but they're not going to really start shipping as much as they were pre-fire, amounts until like a month from now, basically.
Right,
But
right.
still end of July is a heck of a lot better than we thought it was going to be. And it's just good news, obviously, because the chip shortage is what brought everything down, really, and was what was holding everything down.
Right.
So obviously that's really good news that they're back up to 100%, and they're going to be starting to ship them.
Yeah. Hopefully that, like you said, that I think 1/3 of the world's chips coming out of one plant is a bit excessive. I think that should be fixed.
Right, because you got to think how many plants there are that are producing chips and sending them out. And this one plant does almost 1/3.
Right. I feel like
just insane.
Like literally to go to any kind of industry and take them out by their knees, that's the way to do it. Is that one plant. I think that should be fixed. I think they should have multiple plants. But I mean, obviously I don't know anything about the business. I just think that it's a bit ridiculous that 1/3 of the world's automotive chips come out of this one plant. That hurts.
Yeah, we were talking about it, I don't know, maybe a week ago, that William Li and some other people, they wanted to create this group in China to solve this issue. And William Li's talked about it before. He wanted to make his own chips.
Right.
Obviously not all the chips, but for the majority of chips, he said, are, the basic chips are nothing crazy to produce. And those really were the ones that were holding them back, like the sensors in the seats and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just, little minor things. So if they could produce them, or at least come up with, a plan, maybe not NIO themselves producing them, but just come up with a plan in general to not have this issue again. Obviously, that's only a good thing.
Right. Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous that literally, they're waiting on seat chips, and it's not even like chips that make the car run. It's just like, we need one for the heated seats, and we need one for the touch screen. It's just kind of outrageous.
Yeah, he was saying that it's not like the super advanced chips. It's not like the autonomy chips or anything like that. It's just like you're waiting on a chip that notices if someone's sitting in the passenger seat to turn on the airbag or something, like, and you can't deliver a car because you're waiting on that. Like that's that just kind
sucks. It's kind of hogwash. I'm not gonna lie.
It's pretty ridiculous.
But yeah, so if anything new comes out with this, we'll kind of pass it along your guys' way as well, just like we do with any other kind of news. But we got a big week coming up for us. I know we've got the NIO next Thursday. NIO, so hopefully releases their numbers, at least delivery numbers, because it's going to be the 1st of July, like they've done in the last couple months. They've released on the 1st of the day. I know we've got Tesla earnings coming up. We're going to have NIO earnings coming up. We've got the CCIV mid-July. We've got that merger date coming. So we got a bunch of good stuff coming for you guys. Bunch of news that's going to be coming out. So if you guys are not yet subbed to this channel, I don't know why you're not. Like, it's just crazy at this point. Hit that sub button. It's the best way to stay up to date on all things NIO, all things stock market related news. Honestly, you will see more live streams coming from us in the future, whether it's at night or in the afternoon. We wanted to test the one today, and it turned out pretty good. So we will probably be doing more of those. Maybe on Friday afternoons or something. We'll see. We'll feel it out and kind of go from there. But yeah, I think that's going to wrap up this video. Got links in the description. Got links in the first comment of this video. If you guys are interested in Webull, where you guys open an account, you guys get a free a stock valued up to $200, not $100. You guys get a free stock valued up to $200, and then if you deposit $100, you guys get 2 more free stocks valued up to $2,000. So it's a win-win-win for everybody. Also, we got a link down there for the merchandise if you're interested in a cool t-shirt or something, and then we also got a link down there for the Patreon to get you access to our fantastic community over there in the Discord. So again, thank you guys so much for all your support. We'll see you guys in the next video.